Welcome to PlanVision. This is Jason Lynch. Today will be a video starting the process to enter information on a brand new Interactive Brokers application. I'm going to start at the beginning, Interactive Brokers. I'm going to prepare my application as a British citizen living in Singapore. So, open account. Please note that the choices are individual, joint, or IRA accounts. Only if you're an American will you identify that you're opening an IRA account. Most everybody will either prepare an application for individual or a joint account. You do not need to be married to have a joint account. However, you will have to have proof of identity and proof of residence if you have a joint account for both people. Sometimes you're able to submit a certificate of marriage to prove that the spouse should be on the account. Otherwise, open an individual account. Note that you can't just add a person to joint or take them off easily. You actually have to create a new account with Interactive Brokers if you want to move from a joint account or to a joint account. I'm going to do this as an individual account. So you can always stop during your account application process and come back to it later. There's an option here, Finish Application. It'll ask you for your username and your password. I've not started yet, so start application. And the first step, of course, is to put in email address. And the username, all lowercase. And for my password, okay, residential country. This is the country that I live in. I live in Singapore for purpose of this application. Do I have an active number? I do not. I don't know if you do. I don't know if the country that you live in issues a taxpayer ID number or any other type of number, but you'll know that. I'm answering no. It will create the account. It's going to ask me, of course, for some verification from my email address. Here it is. Verify account. And now I'm going to log in. After I verified my address, or my email address, it will bring me here. Please note, you will not be able to return to this page after continuing in the application. This is the type. Again, if you're married and both want to be on the account, pick joint. If it's an individual, pick individual. If you are not married but you want to have a joint account, you certainly can do that. Just be sure you have documentation available for both parties. I'm going to choose individual. Again, I am applying as a British citizen living in Singapore. So, of course, with my address information, it will vary based on where you live. If you do not have a postal code, IB does want you to put in zeros in order to fill the field. If you have a different mailing address, choose this. Sometimes mail is not reliable where you live. Do you have a different country of citizenship other than where you live now? I do. Enter all countries for which you are a full citizen, and I'm going to choose United Kingdom. I was born outside of Singapore. Country of birth, United Kingdom. Mobile number. This is what will be used to verify, so make sure that you include the correct country. I happen to have a United States phone number provided by my employer. Date of birth. The tax residency country. This is the country that I live in right now, that you live in. I do not have a NRIC number for Singapore, so I will uncheck the box. If you have a number, by all means, put it in. When I uncheck the box, I'm given a number of different options. You will have to determine which one is appropriate for you in the country that you're in. In this case, I'm going to pick that a tax ID number is issued. However, the account holder is exempt from this requirement under the laws of the specified country. This is for demonstration purposes. Again, you will know what you have. The reason for all of this information, and it will come up again later, is the brokerage company will maintain your tax information on record in order to prepare a W-8 BEN tax form. Interactive Brokers will not submit it to the IRS. It will maintain it in their files unless you start trading on the U.S. Stock Exchange. We recommend that you do not trade on the U.S. Stock Exchange if you are a foreign citizen and you do not live in the U.S. The next section is identification. Many people will use a passport here. You may have other forms of identification. I have a United Kingdom passport. Here are the other forms of identification that you can use. The passport number and expiration date. Okay, employment. If you choose that you're employed, you will have to put in your employer information. You might be self-employed. You still would put in your own employer information. You might be unemployed. If you're unemployed, there's no address. There are other areas to choose. At this point, I'm going to put in employed. Remember to keep in mind that you will have to show proof of residence in the country that you live in. And that may take the form of a letter from your employer stating that they provide housing to you. It may be a lease agreement if you rent. It may be proof of ownership of property if you own your residence. I'm going to choose employed here, and I'm going to put in my employer information. I work for the PV school, the Plan Vision school, in education. Teacher. The country is Singapore. The address here. Again, postal code, if it doesn't use one, just put in zeros. Source of wealth, it already filled in income from employment because I am employed. If you're not employed and you're unemployed, you will have to add other sources of wealth. Do not choose margin account. You choose a cash account. The base currency. This can be changed at any time. Generally, we recommend choose the currency that you plan to fund your account with. I'm going to use the British pound, but I could use any of the 24 options provided. And again, it can be changed at any point in time. I'll quickly do the security questions. And after entering my security questions, continue. Now it does bring me to the regulatory portion. This will be a different video. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please let us know and we will endeavor to resolve them. Thank you.